Islamic State is group militants are living their final moments in the last enclave they hold near the Iraqi border, where US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF) are attacking them, an SDF official said on Sunday. A defeat of the militants in the enclave would wipe out IS's territorial foothold on the eastern bank of the Euphrates River, Reuters said. A spokesman for the US-led coalition said the SDF was making great progress. But the fight continues. The SDF, a coalition of militias led by the Kurdish YPG, has driven IS from a swath of northern and eastern Syria with the help of the US-led coalition over the last 4 years. The area that IS still holds in Syria represents less than 1% of the territory it controlled at its height. The pocket is home to about 15,000 people, including IS fighters and their families. The U.S. military estimates there are about 2,000 remaining IS fighters there, the Chicago Tribune reported. Experts withdrawing U.S. troops from Syria and relying on Turkey to shoulder the burden of countering the Islamic State will provide the terrorist group with an opportunity to revive itself at a critical stage in the fight. https://t.co/WTTKCQ6ST2, Rand Corporation, at Rand Corporation, January 12, 2019. More than 600 people were evacuated on Saturday from the IS's remaining holdout in eastern Syria, a monitor said. More than 600 people, mainly women and children, were evacuated on 25 buses sent by the SDF, the Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said. Observatory head Rami Abdel Rahman said several dozen militants were among those evacuated to areas held by the Kurdish Arab Alliance. Mustafa Bali, SDF media office head, said the SDF had stepped up attacks in the last 2 days and taken control of the area between the IS enclave and the Iraqi border, cutting off an escape route. They are living the final moments and realize that this battle is the battle to eliminate them, he added. U.S. President Donald Trump last month announced he would withdraw U.S. forces from Syria, declaring they had succeeded in their mission to defeat IS and were no longer needed. Since then, U.S. officials have given mixed messages. On Friday, the U.S.-led coalition said it had started the pullout, but officials later said only equipment, not troops, were going. Colonel Sean Ryan, the coalition spokesman, said, the SDF is making great progress and continues to liberate more territory once held by ISIS, Islamic State, but the fight continues. Read more. Islamic State evacuations from last Syrian holdout exceed 600 as assault looms. The lasting defeat of ISIS is still the mission and they still present a very real threat to the long-term stability in this region, so it is not over. Yet, the U.S. decision has injected new uncertainty into the 8-year-old Syrian war and spurred a flurry of speculation over how the security vacuum will be filled in the swath of northern and eastern Syria where the U.S. forces are now stationed. A recent report by the Washington-based Center for Strategic and International Studies pointed out the U.S. national defense strategy under the Trump administration had outlined a move from counterterrorism measures against non-state actors like IS to security and economic competition with states like Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, Voice of America, VOA, reported. The report, led by its Director of Transnational Threats Project, Seth Jones, said that declaring victory too quickly against terrorism and then shifting too many resources away from counterterrorism would be very risky, VOA said.